show.
You have to go pee-pee?
Can you imagine a baby without diapers?
Diaper-free is actually kind of a modern name for a really ancient parenting practice.
But there is a growing no diaper movement, and we are going to talk to a leading advocate of that philosophy. It's true. And the ABC is embracing your baby diaper-free.
Diaper-free is a humanistic decision.
By George Michael. Now, you've heard the hue and cry about cloth versus disposable diapers. What about no diapers at all? Yes, you heard me correctly. No diapers at all. There is a growing movement among some parents to eschew diapers altogether from a very early age, or at least use them as little as possible. How do they do it? Let's look at one family who are on their way to saying sayonara to the dirty diaper forever.
There, Emily. To go pee-pee. This is Emily, and Emily is 15 months old today. And this is Connor, and Connor's 3.5. Diaper-free is an infant communicating with its parents or caregivers on when they need to go to the washroom. And this starts from a really young age, as young as newborn. The term diaper-free is, I guess, just sort of a catchy way of saying they don't necessarily have to wear a diaper. Do you have to go pee-pee? As soon as she gets up in the morning, the most obvious thing is that you need to go to the washroom. And right after feeding, it's a common time. So giving the child the opportunity to go, then they start to learn when they have to go, you're going to respond in taking them to the potty. The parent knows when they have to go to the washroom, sometimes by timing, or sometimes by signs that the baby shows to the parent. And it could be just a small gesture, a small whimper, a facial movement. Connor, can you go get the potty for Emmy? I'm only using, on average, 1-2 diapers a day. And that tends to be when we've gone out. Thank you.
It's Leslie's idea. I'm good with it. It took a little getting used to, but it's worth it in the end. We call this potty scooting. We're probably saving ourselves about $60 a week. From the financial standpoint, you're saving huge.
When she's asleep at night, Emily wears something like this, cotton diaper with clips on it. On top of that is a cover, which is waterproof and breathable. If she wakes up in the night, I usually take it off and let her go pee on the potty. And I often would have Emily in this type of diaper without any cover on it during the day. We don't want to have any messes on the floor or on the furniture. So if I'm not able to be giving my utmost attention, then she would have a diaper on. Some people think we're just crazy, that it must eat up all our time, and they just can't imagine it. And other people are like very curious about it. Did you go pee-pee? Oh yeah. I think it's affected my relationship with my kids in a very positive way. Both my husband and I have a really strong bond with both of our children, and we've all benefited from it.
And joining us now is a leading advocate of the diaper-free lifestyle. Please welcome Bernie Doyle. So we can kind of see it in action there. Can you describe the concept behind this whole idea of going diaper-free?
Sure. Diaper-free is actually kind of a modern name for a really ancient parenting practice. Because what has the human race done for thousands of years before these things came along?
Sure.
So there was a lot more of a respect. And by respect, I mean paying attention a little bit more. Respect actually means looking twice. And so the respect in the idea of diaper-free is you kind of look twice and observe your child, just like Leslie was mentioning there. You take a little bit of time, you observe the signals that your child may be giving you, and they start to develop into a communication, and you respond by a way that saves diapers.
So is this something that people do then for a bonding, it's like a part of attachment parenting, that you're that much more connected? Because I mean, it also has the whole environmental angle that you're not putting any of these into landfill.
Yes.
So, I mean, what's the motivation, I guess, for people to do it?
I'd say it's threefold. The first one is bonding. By and large, this is the best part of it, because any baby is going to, or with traditional diapers, go through about 5,000 diaper changes. Now, if you can take even just half of those and convert them into fruitful interactions with your child, where you're in anticipation of their needs, and then through teamwork you have a good result, which is, you know, you pee or poo on the potty,
Right.
pardon the language.
That's okay.
And so
Necessary.
that's a success that everybody's involved in. So that's the bonding part. There's an environmental aspect for sure, because you're simply not using as many diapers.
Woohoo!
Whoa,
Dramatic
yeah.
effect. Yeah, because billions of these are in landfills every year across North
Yeah,
America,
it's
across the world.
quite staggering when you think about the amount. Like, you must have heard of the 1-ton challenge.
Sure, in Canada,
Yeah, wherever it's gone now. But basically, my daughter, she's 14 months now, and by the time she was 1 year old, she'd sorted that out.
She figured out this whole situation?
No, she diverted 1 ton
Oh, she'd
from
done
going
her
to.
1 ton.
She'd done her 1-ton challenge at
Wow.
1 year of age, because an average child will send about 2 tons of diapers to the landfill. To try and translate that, that's about the size of a car. Yeah, for a 2-year-old going to the landfill. So this is all diverted.
You said it was 3-pronged. We've done environmental, bonding. What's the third
The
prong?
third is health, and that's very significant. For example, in my case, my wife and I, we both have pretty sensitive skin, and our daughter does too. And do you know what the leading cause of diaper rash is, for example?
Sitting in
Diapers.
your own excrement, I would
Exactly.
imagine.
Yeah. I didn't mean to push you into that.
No,
point,
no,
but,
that's okay.
But the actual thing is sitting in your own waste, okay, and it kind of rubs against your skin. It's called infant diaper dermatitis, is the actual technical name of it.
Right.
But it's a serious condition that affects a lot of children. Let me put it. Can I tell you a little story?
Surely.
Okay. So in 1960s, there was a moment in history that changed North America, and there was a grandfather taking care of his daughter. He's watching the football game and taking care of the daughter. He noticed she's got a diaper and it's messing all over the place. Now this particular man, he also worked for Procter & Gamble. And he was given the job of, we've bought a new factory, it uses paper, find out something to do with it. So he's changing his granddaughter's diaper. He's going, there must be a way to hold all this poo and pee in there much better. Boom. Victor Mills invented Pamper diapers, because he wanted to keep the poo and pee hidden inside of a diaper.
So that he could keep watching the football game.
Exactly.
Figuratively
A
speaking.
decision was made there, which was an industrial decision. Diaper-free is a humanistic decision, where you go, how could we avoid a dirty diaper? How could we avoid that mess? And you just simply observe a little bit. You build a communication. You build a bond with your child. So health is, yes.
Is the third benefit.
Yeah.
I totally can see that, and I like the argument in theory. I find it interesting. I mean, it's, as you say, it's probably practiced in a lot of other countries, right?
China,
this is not
India,
how
yes.
this is not how people operate in a lot of more traditional societies. But it's that, to me, that strikes me as the difference. I read something, someone writing, sort of from a feminist perspective,
Yes.
says, in this country, or in North America, babies without diapers can translate to mothers without lives.
Yes.
I think a lot of people, you know, in theory it sounds great, and in practice for some people, but the extra time that you're talking about that's involved in that connection can mean time that mother can't. I mean, you have one child. What if you have 3 children, as I do, and you're kind of busy with one? Never mind if you wanted to go and work in an office or have something else that you were doing in your life. That bonding and attachment requires so much of your own life. Is that a fair criticism?
And there's a variety of ways to respond to that. One is the time that you spend with your children is going to be unequivocally the most important time ever spent. So what else is there to do is one part of it. You yourself wrote an interesting article about whether to use a plastic bag to carry your vegetables across the street.
Yes.
Because you forgot your plastic bins in the car. And you were given a moment of decision, and you decided, I'm going to go that extra little bit for the
To avoid the
environment,
plastic bag.
for bigger, to not use the plastic bag. That kind of extra little bit. That's all it is really with diaper free. A lot of people throw up their arms and go, oh, it's so convenient, disposable diapers.
Right.
But seeing is believing. And that is the part of Seeing with Leslie Green,
Yep.
or within the DVD that I've put
Yeah,
together.
that's the name of your DVD, Seeing is Believing. I
Yeah.
have to say, seeing Leslie doing it in action, it didn't look all that. It's just that you're doing what we all do with children at the age that they start to potty train. You're just doing it a lot younger.
Exactly. And I have a 14-month-old daughter who was playing around the other day, and she crawled right over and sat on her potty, which is in the face of most scientific research that you actually can't do that. So the time factor is interesting because it is quicker to out of diapers. And if you
Right.
take the amount of
That's
money...
a huge incentive for a lot of
Yes,
people.
for sure, because now it's like 36 months. Some children are even getting turned away from nursery school because they're not
they're
out
not
of
trained.
diapers. And the other aspect of the investment that it costs for diapers, if you translate that into the time that you need to go to work, diaper-free literally saves you time.
Yep.
It's actually, in the long run, if you look in the first at the front end, the first couple months, it is a little bit different because it's breaking tradition. But soon it's into your habit and you're into a rhythm with your child, and then when other people see it, they're simply amazed.
I gotta tell you, I bet we'll get emails about this. It's very intriguing. I have to say,
Yeah.
I'd never heard about this before, and my kids are long out of diapers now, so it's too
Sure.
late for me. But thanks for telling us all about it.
Thanks for
Very
the time,
interesting.
Jill.
And as we say, your DVD is available to give people more information. You can find out more about that on our website. Stay with us. We'll be back with more freedom.